Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, November 7th, 2014. If you wish to follow us on Twitter, we're at Catex TV. I want to thank Matt Bernat for filling in for me while I was in London. I would also like to give a special shout out to a very loyal viewer of ours in London, Linda Drake. Good morning to you as well. The unemployment in the United States has now fallen to 5.8%. This is the lowest level it's been now in 6 years. New unemployment figures came out just about 10 minutes ago, indicating that employment gains have exceeded 200,000 a month for the 9th straight month during the month of October. All of this happening, of course, just 2 days after the Republicans took control of the Senate. Very interesting contrast, come to think of it. A very explosive storm surpassing the intensity of the Superstorm Sandy of 2012 is expected to reach Alaska's western Aleutian Islands over the weekend. It's going to bring unseasonably frigid temperatures as well as 50-foot waves to the area. These are largely the remnants of Typhoon Nuri moving northeast off the Japanese coast, intersecting with the jet stream. This storm potentially could be one of the most intensive ever to hit the North Pacific, according to the National Weather Service. It's also going to push cold air into much of the lower 48 states and Canada next week. Temperatures in Minneapolis by Tuesday are only going to reach the upper 20s, about 15 degrees lower than normal. British Prime Minister David Cameron said earlier today at a news conference in Helsinki, Finland, that there would be, quote, a major problem if a dispute over the demand for Britain to pay an extra $2.6 billion US toward the European Union budget is not resolved. He said that the scale of the demand and the proposed timetable, the payment is due December 1st, is unacceptable. Mr. Cameron has questioned how the figure was arrived at because it amounts to about 20% of the total EU budget. In Britain, I can tell you from first-hand discussion last week or earlier this week, there's grave concern because the British economy is improving far faster and greater than the continental economies, and they're being penalized, they believe, for the success of their own country's economy. The Home Depot Corporation said yesterday that hackers had stolen 53 million email addresses in addition to the payment data that Home Depot had already reported as being stolen back in September. It said that the hackers accessed its network by using the name of a Home Depot vendor and the password. The company said that the file containing the email addresses did not contain passwords or other sensitive information, but that consumers should be on guard against phishing scams that might trick them into sharing personal information. So if you're receiving emails from Home Depot today, don't open them. Bermuda-based Third Point Re has reshuffled its senior management after the resignation of the chief actuary and chief risk officer. The moves were announced after Third Point Re reported a loss of about 6 cents a share that just missed Wall Street estimates of about 1 cent a share, but they've seen 185% top-line growth. They're building out their business, and growth of that magnitude can overcome any discrepancy in the earnings. The reshuffle saw Senior Vice President of Underwriting Nicholas Campbell promoted to Chief Risk Officer, while Rob Bradle, who had been the CFO and Chief Operating Officer, is going to take up the post of President and Chief Operating Officer. John Berger, who is the CEO and Chief Underwriting Officer, has signed in a 3-year contract extension. So they're in good shape at Third Point. Much of downtown Laredo, Texas, is without power again. This is after an incident that happened on the main street when a number of manholes exploded, sending smoke billowing into the main street. The problem seems to be electrical in nature. One of the international bridges into Mexico has also been closed. French police have arrested 3 men after they were found in possession of a drone near a French nuclear reactor. We've reported on this. There have been a spate of mysterious drone flights over nuclear reactors in France that had begun in early October. The National Police said the men were being questioned after being found with a drone near the Belleville-sur-Loire rector in the Cher region south of Paris. The drones that overflew the nuclear power plants range from very small to one, in fact, spanning 6 feet. A spokesperson said that France's nuclear reactors are relatively well protected behind 5-foot-thick concrete walls, but that there is a risk that a medium-sized bomb on a drone could hit a cooling pool that holds radioactive material, and that would, of course, cause problems. There was a magnitude 6.9 earthquake reported off the coast of Papua New Guinea. It struck about 8 hours ago. There were no reports of any damage or injuries, and the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center in Hawaii has said that there is no tsunami threat. That is the news for today. If there's any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. We wish you a good weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Thank you for watching.